Mark's my biggest competition. This man, he's just like athletic freak. But, you know, Mark doesn't deserve it.
Just like everybody else, I put the same amount of hard work and dedication into the gym.
Come Vegas, we'll see what happens, and we'll see me with that #1 place. Me and Mark, we met on the job.
Yo, contrary to what y'all might believe, I'm not as dumb as I look. I'm actually an engineer and I work for Solar Turbine.
We have a mutual friend, his name's Kevin. And Kevin, we were walking to lunch or something, and Kevin's like, yeah, this past weekend I went hiking with Mark, and man, Mark, he's pretty shredded. And I was like, oh man, really?
Because he went to Jeremy and was like, yo, Mark's pretty big. He came to me and was like, yo, Jeremy kind of swole. So we kind of sized each other up like, yo, meet me in the gym type thing.
So when it comes to the gym, you know, me and Mark, we push each other. I have my strengths, he has his strengths. I have my weaknesses, same for him. So when it comes to usually an upper body, like chest, I might be stronger than him in chest or shoulders.
I don't care what Jeremy say, man, I am strong in my chest and my shoulders.
Even though he's got these big boulder shoulders, they're all for show.
I bench press more and that's a proven fact.
You know, we'd be lifting 15-pound dumbbells and he'd be struggling like, oh man, it's so hard.
I max out quicker than him. Like once I'm fatigued in my shoulders, that's a wrap. Like I can't go any further. So I would say as far as like the longevity shoulder workouts, whatever, you know, you got it. But strength, can't compete with me in my legs, period.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Even though, you know what I'm saying, we in the gym, we push each other, it's never been really like real competitive in the gym.
It's definitely that friendly rivalry, friendly competition to make ourselves better. For me, like I don't need much talking. I don't need much like rah-rah to get me going in the gym, and I'll put up that weight.
I just be in the there, just tell him, make sure you focus in, dial in, push the weight. You don't ever really need much.
But for Mark, like when he's trying to do a big set, when he's trying to lift that big weight, he asked me to slap him.
I wish the fuck he would slap me.
Before he does that rep, I slap him, you know?
Be some dumbbells, bench presses flying in that mug. Hey, player.
And he's like, nah, give me more. And so I slap him hard.
Ain't no competition. We on stage in wheelchairs.
and so it gives him whatever he needs, gives him that energy, gives him that motivation, and he puts up the weight. This competition right here has been by far my hardest prep for competition. Most out of shape I've been in my life.
My training program for this was completely different than what Jeremy was doing. Bro been training for this is like December, January. I had like 4 weeks to prepare. So my diet and my exercise plan had to be like double down strict, you know what I'm saying, to really get myself in shape or to lose all the body fat and tone up to be stage ready.
You gotta hit your cardio in the gym. Cardio start at 20 minutes, and by the time show day comes, you're up to over an hour of cardio a day, 6 days a week. Because you have to do that, you're going to the gym 2, sometimes 3 times a day to knock all this out. You gotta be on a super strict meal plan.
No candy, no airheads.
Weigh out every single meal.
No fruit.
Measure all your water.
No chips, no snacks, no nothing. Every piece of food that I eat is limited. I practically was starving myself about a month. The worst feeling ever. Honestly, man, my weaknesses in the competition would be the poser. Like, that's actually something that is extremely hard to get down. It's really technical, you know what I'm saying, for you to be able to show off the proper angles for you to be able to be judged to the best of your ability or whatever you want to call it. I look stiff as hell.
I call myself a robot. This man was like definition of a robot. Like, You could tell that he was real uncomfortable with posing on stage.
I had asked Jeremy, you know what I'm saying, like how does he practice on his posing?
And so what I did was I reached out to a posing coach, Brandon Laurent. You can look him up on Instagram. He really took my posing from like down here to that next level.
On the side, man, this dude's a tricky guy. He had a posing coach. He wasn't gonna say nothing. He had some tricks up his sleeves. So I had to reach out and hit that same guy up, like help me out too.
And I've got maybe 1-2 sessions, and then Mark's like, hey man, I need to jump in and get some sessions in. Like, I'm not really comfortable with my posing. I really want to feel more comfortable.
It's not that I'm scared to get on stage. I just don't want to be on stage and look goofy as hell, so.
And then on top of Brandon, we were lucky enough to be posing in the gym after our workout one day. And Chiron, he offered to help us and give us some tips. And Chiron is actually the number 3 in the world for men's physiques.
Dude, back, big as hell. I'm talking about this dude had so many muscles, man, was posing.
Tips from the number 3 guy in the world, like, you can't beat it.
If he wasn't able to fix me up, then it's over with. But I already paid the $175 to do the competition, so I was just gonna have to get on stage and show off whatever I could.
And I can tell you, Mark's posing was night and day compared to when he started.
Okay. As far as strengths, your boy look good. I don't care what nobody say, man. My back is cut up, like it's solid as hell. And I got like an overall good frame, like wide shoulders, wide lats, you know what I'm saying? Nice full muscles in the arms and all that stuff.
My strengths are my attention to detail. You know, I've competed before, so I really know what the judges look for. My best body feature is probably my back. You know, I have pretty wide lats and taper down to pretty small waist.
Yo, getting ready for the show, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't even really thinking about it too much. The major thing on my mind was just not looking goofy on that stage. That was like the number one thing. Didn't know what to expect out of the competition. Didn't really care because I'm confident in how I look, and I know I'm cocky enough to say that I feel like I look better than anybody else that's gonna be there. I just wanna look at least presentable on stage and not be laughed at. Yo, one thing I didn't expect, I looked it up. You're supposed to take the hair off your body. We have to go to Walmart and get Nair. My arms have never been so smooth. And on top of that, it's not even baby oil that they use. It's actual tan. So I don't know why, as a black man with this nice melanin on me, I would even need a tan. However, I found out that it actually shows the definition of your muscles that much better. So I had to tan as well. Couldn't put it on myself. I had Kara put it on me. Should've got pictures of her hand because her hand was tan. Black as my ass. I'm putting that in there. And right before you go on, man, you spray yourself with this little shine. It's like baby oil on steroids. Like, I don't get it, man. I was hot as hell, but glistening like a motherfucker on stage.
I feel it. Y'all ready? They ready? Well, come on. Come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We ready? Come on. We ready? Come on.
This show was real unique. There was no audience because of COVID. There was no other classes. Like, when your division is on, you can be in the building. Once you step off stage, you got to get out of the building. But when I got there, and what I learned the night before was me, Mark, my other friend Mark from San Diego, and this guy that just stepped off stage in Classic Division, who won the overall Classic Division. All these guys were going to be in my class. So I was like, man, this class is stacked. And before you go on stage, you have to get pumped. So you're backstage, push-ups, lifting cables, and doing that stuff to make your muscles real defined and make yourself real vascular, so you look good on stage. You know, at this point, I still wasn't real nervous or anything. I didn't really put that much into it because I knew that I did everything in my power to give myself the best shot, and to be nervous at that point is pointless. So all I got to do is step on stage and smile, and all the work was done.
day of, I was kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know a lot of competitors have like they pre-show meals, they pre-show routines that they do. Me, I had nothing. I never reached out to a coach for any proper diet plans. Never reached out to a coach to get any type of workouts. I was just continuing to do what I normally do on a day-to-day basis. I just was working extra hard to cut the fat off my body. So, you know what I'm saying? I was really unsure of how to make sure I could max out my appearance to be ready for the stage. Didn't know what to expect, but when it was our time to go on stage, I'm even asking the guy right in front of me, like 10 seconds before he gotta go on stage, like how my pose to look. I'm practicing right then, right on the side of the stage, just to make sure that I was ready. But once they called my name and I actually step out, the show was on. Now this is what I thought was unfair. Everybody that went before me, man, they did their portion, showed off, got off stage, they took a break. When I was done, it was like, nope, turn back around, get back on stage. Everybody got to compete against each other now. So I'm winded, I am gassed. Probably wasn't even on stage nothing but 30 seconds before, but you flexing so hard, it's basically like you holding your breath the entire time. So having to turn right back around and get back on stage and continue going, that was a challenge, man. So that was something that I feel like kind of held me back, because at some point I just wasn't able to really hold my positions as tight as I could anymore.
In the beginning, they had me at dead center. Dead center's first place. So they make us face the front, face the back, and then they switch you with whoever they think is more suited for first place, whoever's more suited for fifth place, and so far.
Going through my head, they started moving some people around, but they hadn't called my name yet. So I'm thinking like, dang, you know, I'm all the way on the end. They probably gonna keep me down here. They moved me closer towards the middle. Now I'm standing next to Jeremy, but Jeremy was to my right and I'm standing right next to him. So I'm thinking he's in first, I'm in second. So now in my head, I'm flexing super hard because the competition is going between the two of us. I'm not gonna lose out to you, you know what I'm saying? Like we pals, we buddies. At the same time, this is a competition.
They're like, face the front, we're flexing our muscles hard. Face the back, flexing our muscles hard. We're like out of breath, and they're not switching us, they're just making us switch back and forth with different poses. So I was like, man, I'm in fourth place right now, what's gonna happen?
Once they lined us up and started calling off fifth place, and then they said fourth place, it turned out to be Jeremy. Blew me out of the water, I was not expecting that. Third place was this other guy named Mark, and at this point, I'm like, oh, shit, like, I'm in first or second, like that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm hoping like, just don't call 87. Don't call 87, because whoever comes second, just don't call my name, because I need to get that first place. So they called me out, man, and I was still happy with the second place trophy. I thought it was pretty cool, especially for my first show. It's just one of those things that you just get in, get out for. Would I do another show again? Shit, I wish a motherfucker would slap.
Wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, some eggs, and what else was it? Eggs and
Shit, I wish the fuck he would slap me. I'll take a few takes of this.
The Mac muscle in the jam, so there we go.
Where are you?
How you feel? How you feel? How you feel? Almost drunk. Not there yet though.
Oh, cream rice. All right. So.
Shit, I wish the fuck he would slap me, man. Nut.
The ins and out of the burger-esque. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Ah, shit. Hey.
Okay, talk about
Hey.
after the show and what's next.